Hey everybody, welcome back to MT or Mommy Trader. If you are new around here, welcome. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. I do appreciate you guys being here. You saw the thumbnail, you saw the title. So my husband and I decided to open up a CD. The rates are just too good right now. And again, as a part of our wealth building journey, we are interested in maximizing our returns in the safest and best way possible. Now, again, if you did not know, I am bulk recording the screen record type of videos. My dad is having surgery. I'm stuck here for about 6 hours. So this is a great way for me to not, have so much anxiety around how the operation is going. And I can actually get some work done while I'm waiting. And again, those of you who have known, thank you so much for the kind words, and a future thank you to all of you who are leaving kind words and thoughts and prayers for my dad. Now, as you can see up on your screen, I did come to bankrate.com. I think most people know about bankrate.com. If you don't, and I'm not sponsored by them, but they are a really, really good website if you're trying to find like mortgages, if you're trying to find like the best interest in terms of like savings accounts or CDs. They're also really good when it comes to like investing information and real estate. So I would definitely suggest, if you don't know about bankrate.com, go on over to their website. You can play around and have calculators and all of that other good stuff. And I think it's also a really good website for beginners as well. But my husband and I wanted to find a way to park some money, in not a savings account necessarily, but not the stock market either. If you have not noticed, the stock market is tanking. Again, the federal government is adamant about getting inflation down, and they are willing to temporarily crash the stock market and the economy in order to do so. Now, most people who are wealthy can afford to wait it out, right? Because usually bear markets last about 18 months, bull markets last about 12 years. So people who have wealth, they can afford to wait all this out. And my husband and I have plans to wait all of this out as well. We're going to continue to dollar cost average. We're going to continue to buy and hold into good companies and funds and collect our dividends while we wait. But in the meantime, we do have a lot of money sitting in a high yield savings account. I know that's the big thing right now, right? High yield savings accounts, but we want a little bit more of a return. Now, and like, excuse me, guys, I had to clear my throat. And a lot of the high yield savings accounts, like with Ally, Capital One, wherever you can think of, they're about like 3.35%, maybe 3.75%, and they're probably going to go up a little bit more because the interest rates are probably going to continue to go up. Not even probably, they will. So, but still, outside of that, we want to have our money somewhere where it can grow a little bit more. So CDs are great for that. Now, if you're asking yourself, what is a CD? Let me just tell you, though, honestly, Bankrate gives a little blurb about it, what they are. Where is it? At the bottom, like what CDs are. I'm scrolling down. These are all of the the best type of rates you can get right now. But this tell you like how to choose a CD, and we're going to go through all that. I thought they gave it definition. I think they do, but I can tell you quickly. So a CD is basically stands for a certificate of deposit. So it's kind of similar to like a normal savings account, but you're leaving your money locked in for a certain term or length of time. And as a result for that, they will give you like a higher interest rate than your normal high yield savings account. Okay. So you got to understand that sometimes the terms are 6 months, 3 months, 9 months, a year, 2 years, 18 months. They can range. So, you want to make sure you keep that in mind. Also, again, it's locked in. So sometimes they'll have early withdrawal penalties. So you want to keep that, at the front of your mind when it comes to how much you want to put into your CD, which is also pretty good. Another thing that I like about CDs again is because the CD that I'm going to choose is with Capital One. So you see it right here. And I'm going to talk a little bit about why we chose this, but the main reason is because we already have several accounts with Capital One. So I didn't want to go with a CD at like, let's say Marcus by Goldman Sachs, because I don't have an account there and I want like an ease to all of this. I want it to be easy and kind of a streamless process. But you can see right here, like the top ones, you see Capital One, Marcus, and you can see Capital One is paying the most right now, but it pays the most with the minimum term limit. So that's one reason why we love it. You can see Synchrony down here has 5% as well, but the term is 14 months. Capital One is 11 months, which again, it doesn't keep your money locked in for a super, super long time. But in the meantime, I can have a little bit of something. Now, I know a lot of you may say, well, what about bonds? We do have iBonds, and I have an update video coming out about that soon. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. But you can see this one right here, Forbright has 5.25, which is great. But that's for a year. And again, I just wanted to keep this locked in for just a little while. And so that's why we chose Capital One. And like I said, because we already have an account with Capital One. Now with this, by the time you're seeing this, or when you may see this, this expiration date may have already happened. But as of the recording of this video, and you will see it later in the video, we will have a CD with Capital One. I've had CDs before, so we're not new to this, but usually CDs are, safer when it comes to, getting a return back on your money when the stock market is kind of going crazy. Now, I will never sell my investments for a CD. Long-term investing is always the way to go. And like I said, with our dividends, we're still seeing a return. But like I said, the term limit we're going to use is 11 months. And we're going to get that 5% rate. So you can see some more information down here. This, again, is on Capital One's website. I'm not sponsored by them. I'm just trying to fill you in on what we're doing. And this is not financial advice. So 5% APY on an 11-month online CD, which is pretty cool. If we decide to do 2 years for 0.30, but I don't think I'm going to keep it locked in that long, just 11 months and just see how things are doing. You can see the benefits. So this is pretty cool. So you don't have to have like some minimum balance. Sometimes I'm going back to bank rate. You see this? Markets by Goldman Sachs said a $500 minimum deposit. This one is a $1,000 minimum deposit. So some banks require you to have a minimum deposit. Others don't, but Capital One does not require that. I also love that it's FDIC insured, which is great because this is insured by the government. If something goes wrong, something goes wonky, our money is insured. And again, we get our interest payments and we can decide whether we get it at the end of term, monthly or annually. And we're probably going to choose monthly, but I'll let you guys know. And again, it's not attached to the stock market. So you see there's no market risk. So I don't have to worry about, is it invested? CDs are not invested in the stock market, or at least this one isn't. And then, of course, I get my guaranteed 5% return. And it's super easy to open because, again, we already have investments not investments, but accounts with Capital One. So I want to make this as streamlined as possible. You can already see we're going to put $5,000 here, and we're going to choose the 11-month term. And at the end of that, we should have about $229. And again, it's just a great way to keep ourselves diversified. I want to repeat this because I know I'll get this question. Why don't you just put it in a dividend stock or fund? Because I don't want it tied into the stock market. That's very, 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 very important to us. But you can see all the rest of the terms here. And then you have disclosures and things like that you should always, always, always read. And some people will put like part of their emergency fund in a CD because, again, it's not locked in the stock market, but they're getting a return. And I really do think that's probably a nice option. So I'm going to open the account. I'm going to pause this because you're going to see all of our information. I can't have that. And I'm going to come back when it's all finished. Okay. So I am logged in. So I will pause in the places where it's asking for our personal information, but I wanted you to see how it look, at least the process. So this is me logged in, and because we're already a customer, a lot of this information they will pre-fill for us, which is, I think, super convenient. And one reason why we decided to just use Capital One, because it just makes the process easier. Click continue. Again, we're going to click our term rate. Now we are almost at the end, but I wanted to make sure I put this up here. So they're going to ask you about tax certification. So they want to ask you, have you been notified by the IRS that you're subjected to backup withholding? You can click yes, you can click no. For us, it is no. You will get, they will ask you to do a W-9 form type of information. So you will get a tax form. Well, we will get one next year around tax time because you will have to pay taxes on some of the funds that you make. This is with high yield savings account. This is with capital gains with investments. The government is going to always want their piece of the cut. So make sure you get a good tax account and a good CPA. They'll be able to help you with other assets, like if you own a home and things like that. So I just wanted to point that out, but I'm going to continue and I'll see you back in a second. All right, guys, and you can see that the CD was created. So just a quick update. We decided to do 2,500 because we believe that the interest rates are going to go up. And so we want to do another one, but with maybe a higher amount. So 2,500 here. And then whatever we make from here, probably split it between the kids and then do one for each of us when the rates go up higher, probably around, I would say, later in the spring, earlier in the summer, because again, if the federal government said they're going to go up, that's what's going to happen. But for the sake of making this video, we did 2,500. You can see that we sent it over from our savings. This literally took me 3 minutes to do, not even the 5 minutes they said, 3 minutes. When you open up a CD, you want to come to maturity options. And this is telling them like, okay, once your CD matures, we get to the 11th month term limit. What do you want us to do with this money? Do you want us to just send the money back to your checking account? Do you want to maybe renew with another CD? Things like that. We're still trying to figure out what we want to do, but you don't have to answer it right now. You just have to make sure you answer it before the term ends. And then they have the interest payouts right here. You can keep the interest in a CD. You have a lot of options, and I love that Capital One gives you a lot of options when it comes to managing your CD. So yeah, so that's how you open up a CD at Capital One and get, some interest back when it comes to your investments. Again, I hope that this video was easy. I tried to make it very beginner friendly. And, again, it's about diversifying our money. Again, you may not agree with everything that I do, but at the end of the day, this account is in our name, and we're trying to make sure we do the best that we can with what we have so that we can achieve all of our financial goals. Remember, personal finance is personal, and you really just have to do what's best for you and your situation. So I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. Leave me some comments down below. Are you looking at CDs? Like I said, we do have bonds, but right now we're just going to focus on dollar cost averaging into the stock market and seeing how much our $2,500 can make us in 11 months. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Hit the little bell notification button so that you don't miss an upload every time I post a video. And until next time, I'll see you on the next one, okay? Have a good one. Bye-bye for now.